We can start with Demetrius, then move to Jamal.
Hey, Quinn, congrats. How quickly did you want this to come together to be able to rejoin the Jaguars, and sort of what made you feel so strongly to want to join them before free agency even started?
I think I knew like kind of at some point in the middle of the season, like, hey, like I know I only got 1 year, but like this is definitely where I want to be, and just I think Liam and the staff that he's built definitely played a big part in that, and just seeing like what they're building here, and I was just like it was kind of just a no brainer. Even talking to my agent, I'm like Jacksonville is where I want to be. I think it's the best fit, and I think what's being built here is special.
How much do you think that you grew just last year alone, being underneath Liam, just rising through the ranks, sort of thing?
I mean, a lot. Like just even going through training camp. Obviously, coming off last year, it was kind of a hard year, and I had talked to Liam about that. Just coming off some injuries and going into a first year of free agency, being on a new team, learning a whole new offense, and just being under a whole new staff. It was just a lot, and he helped make that process smooth. And even though there was like ups and downs, like it still was smooth, and like there was just a lot to learn from. And I really felt like he just did a lot, and as far as just like unlocking another part of me, and really just like players on the team, like just he just brings that dog out of everybody.
Appreciate it, man. Congrats.
Thank you.
We'll go to Jamal, then to Mia.
What's up, Quinn? Congratulations, man. When did they maybe give you an indication that they wanted you to stay here in Jacksonville?
They expressed interest kind of throughout the season, and kind of talking with James and stuff. Um, and then it was just all about working out a deal and getting that right. And I mean, at the end of the day, I knew like if we can get something done here, this is where I wanted to be. So
And you mentioned learning a new offense last year. I mean, you saw a ton of growth from starting this last season on the practice squad to where you were by the end of the season, going into the same offense next year. I mean, how much is there left that you think you can keep working to grow on?
I definitely think there's always a lot of untapped potential. I think it's definitely a lot more, you know, comfortable as in the sense of just coming back, being in a familiar system now, kind of understanding the coaches, understanding like what we're building, understanding the offense and what we're trying to accomplish. And so it's a lot less, I'd say, thinking and stuff, and you can kind of really go out there and play.
Appreciate it, Quinn. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, Quentin, congratulations. You mentioned that you had conversations with James. I'm just curious, in terms of other places you've been, the relationship between players, GM, front office, and Jacksonville, and having that conversation during the season while still being focused on what's going on the grass.
I mean, that's just the people that are in the building. Like you can have those like honest conversations and you just really become close with these guys. And I knew from the jump, just coming in with Liam, just in training camp, he would just come up to me and have conversations, just not only asking about like me, but asking about my experience other places, like things that I see around the building, maybe that things that can be changed, and things like that, just showing that type of care. And I'm sure everybody's seeing like kind of how he is just in the media, just the type of coach he is, can take ownership. And it's hard to come by coaches like that. And it's like he's what a lot of guys call a player's coach. And again, it was a no-brainer when I said like where do I want to be next year. It's like back in Jacksonville.
We know that obviously we're going to talk to Buster after we talk to you. So twofold question. Number one, I know he's on the other side of the ball, but what does he mean to that locker room? And then number two, the fact that Cole and Jacoby also got extensions before the season was over. What does that say about the culture Liam and Tony and James are building?
I mean, it's going to be something special. Like again, these are all a bunch of pieces that are coming together, and I think what they're doing is going to be really special. I think, also the talent, and not only the talent, just the people that they're bringing in. Again, Buster, Jacoby, like guys that are obviously Jacoby coming in, and like I felt like he was really that spark, and he really pushed like the whole team and stuff. And we got over that hump, and then Buster's been making plays day in and day out, and I knew it was only a matter of time. So it's nice to see, all these pieces coming back and stuff, getting extensions or whatever that may be, and ready to see Duval in the championship.
Awesome. Congrats.
Thank you.
This is our last one, John Shipley.
Hey Quinn, congrats and thank you for doing this. Just you touched on it, but entering now a year where you've already been in the offense, the organization, the coaches, just how big do you think that can be for you entering next year?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, to the normal eye, people don't see how much that goes on in the classroom aspect of playing football. But I mean, it's a lot, and especially when you've kind of done things a certain way on another team, and then you're coming into a new team, and you gotta somewhat the same, but maybe call it something different and learn like different ways, different techniques. It can be a lot sometimes, but there's different ways to skin the cat. So like just learning all the new ways and being able to come back to something, and now it's familiar, and you can, again, like I said, you can go out there and play, and it's less thinking.
Appreciate it, man.
What's up, Dennis? Congratulations, man.
Thank you so much.
You spent last season here in Jacksonville with the Jaguars. When did you kind of get the feeling that they wanted you back and make the decision that you wanted to stay here?
I feel like the relationship has always been a positive kind of mutual relationship. So I think it was kind of a fingers crossed, just waiting for an offer to come across the table. But super excited to be back.
How different was maybe this go around to possibly hitting free agency compared to where you were at this time last year?
Yeah, I don't think I was running or even fully weight bearing this time last year. So from a training standpoint, it's a lot more fun to be just in a group of guys working out, getting ready for next season, not relearning how to run and having to work through that sort of stuff. And then I got my family out here today, but I know just as a whole, we are so excited to kind of be able to get our feet set and not just hit the ground running with the season. So super excited and ready to be out here.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Hey, Dennis, thanks so much for doing this and congrats.
Thank you.
I don't know if you feel comfortable, but I'm just curious, the length of the contract and kind of, where at this stage in your career, for you to sign a deal like this. I'm just curious if you're able to share that information with us.
Yeah, that's not really. Today, I'm just excited to be back in Jacksonville, and it's about being back with a good group of guys, both in the locker room and in the coaching staff.
Awesome. And then as far as your role as it developed throughout the course of the season and kind of conversations you've had with Campy maybe about where you'll fit into the evolution of this scheme?
That's a great question. Still just I feel like that second year is kind of, within a season, everybody says the big jump is from game 1 to game 2 because you're kind of settling into your identity and who you're going to be as a team, as a unit, offense and defense, special teams. So I feel like there's going to be another big leap just between year 1 and year 2, just kind of having an identity set and going from there. I think those things are kind of always fluid, seeing as pieces kind of come in as the year goes on. So I don't think there's anything that anyone is tied to at this point. And it'll be good to be back with the guys, and that will kind of start to dictate and shape roles.
Awesome. Congrats.
Thank you.
We'll go to Demetrius, then to Shipley.
Hey, Dennis, late in the season, you told me that the team sort of brought that fun, the energy back out of you. Just how much did that weigh in how much you wanted to be in Jacksonville?
Yeah, it was a bittersweet ending to the season, but still kind of left with like I feel renewed as a professional football player. I'm excited to come to work. I'm excited about the future, and I think what excited me the most was the growth and development piece. Being an older player, it kind of starts to look dark, like am I improving anymore? But both Tim and Campy have done a great job of like, hey, there's still more meat on the bone, and that's exciting for me. I think that that's where a lot of it came from is, hey, I know I can give you guys more. There's more to learn. Granted, it's all probably from the neck up at this point, but there's still so much more to learn and grow in my game, and I know those guys are going to get it out of me, and I'm excited.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Shipley.
Hey, Dennis, congratulations. Thanks for doing this. Just, you talked about being with those guys again. Just, compared to coming here a year ago, not really knowing them, kind of learning them as coaches, how beneficial can it be just, knowing what you have in front of you and what you have to do?
Yeah, I just definitely getting to know them and having a better relationship is important, but just being around them, period, has been awesome for me. They're guys that you enjoy being around. You like who they who you come out as a person being around, and definitely as a player, they get the best out of their guys for a reason, and I'm excited to continue that and hopefully continue to progress.
Thanks, Dennis.
Thank you.
What's up, Buster? Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
How's it feel to know that you're going to get a chance to stay in Jacksonville? Was that always the kind of goal on your end to be able to stay a Jaguar?
Yes, sir, man. It feels great, man. It feels unbelievable to get things done and, to stay here, man. I enjoyed my time here since I've been here, and, man, we got something special here, and just to continue that, man, it feels great.
When did the Jaguars kind of reach out to you or your representation and kind of the talk start to materialize that maybe you might be able to get this thing to the finish line?
No, I stayed with the Jags the last couple of weeks, and, closer to free agency, it kind of hyped up and went up, and, right before we got the job done.
Thanks, Buster.
Thank you.
What's up? Congrats, brother. Proud of you.
Thank you.
Let's start with this. Who was the first call once you signed on or at least once your agent let you know that the contract was finalized?
My mom.
Mm-hmm.
My mom, I called her, and, man, when I called her, she was just so excited. But, it's something we talked about a long time ago, and we just spoken into existence. And, man, just to see things fall in place and just to see it from my journey and just see where I came from, it just means a lot. And, man, it was a crazy feeling, and, man, it was unbelievable when I told her.
Did you text the DB group chat, or did you just post that Instagram story and walk away from your phone?
I had to post it and walk away from my phone. My phone been going crazy lately, so, man, I just try to get back to everyone, but my phone been going crazy lately.
Awesome. And then just last one for me. There are a couple reports out there that you could have made more on the open market than perhaps what you're making. But if that's true, you don't need to answer that. But from the perspective of why was it the right decision for you with this scheme camp for you to stay in Jacksonville?
Just somewhere I always wanted to be. I got drafted here. Jaguars took a chance on a 7-rounder. And, man, I enjoyed my time since I've been here. And, man, just play with these guys, these coaches, this organization, man, it just means a lot to me. And I want to continue that.
Congrats. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Mark Long, followed by John Shipley.
Yeah, Buster, congrats again. What about bringing the bulk of the secondary, keeping them intact? Obviously, Hunter's back, Jordan Lewis, Jerry Jones, Christian, yourself, Eric Murray, Antonio Johnson, Kay Lawrence. What does that do for you guys moving forward?
The chemistry is always strong. It just built even more. We all got a connection. We all play good together. Just to keep that going, it just means a lot. And, man, the sky's the limit.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Buster, congratulations. Thanks for doing this. Just, you're kind of journeying to this point, becoming a 7th-round pick and, stick around the roster, becoming a starter. Man, I'm sure that's going to be inspiration for a lot of future 7th-round picks. What does that kind of mean to you to kind of be a template for, the right way to do it?
Man, just taking one day at a time, working, and just keeping a chip on my shoulder, just using that as fuel and motivation, never just being satisfied with just doing good one day or 1 year, just keeping it going and, man, just keep building.
Appreciate you, Buster.
No problem.